Laura Ong, my name is Dazzling, and the reason why I'm doing this talk is because I want to speak to you like woman to woman. As a Singapore woman, I know it's really not easy. There are so many things we have to take care of. Our careers, our appearance, and you know what? Based on what I've seen on the internet and newspapers so far, you look pretty good, so congratulations. But it's really not easy, and the reason why I say that is because sometimes in a work setting, we often face bosses that are attractive, and it's easy to succumb to temptation. The reason why I say that is because I am myself a very attractive boss, and at times I find myself being attracted to myself. But I think it's really healthy self-esteem because no one gets hurt, and we should find ourselves attractive. I mean, do you find yourself attractive? Would you be doing this if you really found yourself attractive? But don't worry, the point of this talk is not to scold you. Although, I think we're around the same age, or I could be slightly younger. Anyways, you know, a Singapore woman is independent, but at the same time, you must remember that our greatest need, according to research, if you Google, is to it's not to watch Korean drama or eat 10 tubs of Ben and Jerry's. It is to be loved. I know it sounds kind of corny and very cliche, but it's true. So married men or men in power who are not emotionally available are just really not the best choice to love you, to cherish you, and to protect you. Worse still, when they're married, I guess you must know by now, the first person they'll protect is themselves. So other than the fact that we Singapore women are independent, we are also a princess, which is why I've coined a term called the Singapore New Independent Princess, a snip. A snip is really someone who believes that she is, yes, empowered to do all the great things, to change the world, to climb Mount Everest, to start companies, to run a constituency, or become a grassroots leader, whatever. But you see, at the end of the day, we just want to be loved. Singapore women don't have it easy. That's what I'm trying to say. Because on one hand, we're independent, we're focusing on our careers, but many times we forget that we're actually created and wired for genuine emotional intimacy. Well, physical too, when you're married. But the point is, that is when workplace temptation becomes very real, because we admire our bosses and we think that, hey, there's some kind of connection going on. And guess what? A man's greatest need is not to be loved, but it's not the three-letter word either. It is to be respected. Ching ching. That is why men in power very often fall. And many times men in power are, you guessed it, married. So at the workplace, it is not surprising then when a woman falls for a man who is in a position of power, but unfortunately already married. So go figure. The point of this video is not to make you feel bad. As a Singapore woman, I just want to tell you that, hey, there's a good plan for your life. All you need to do is just move on from here, learn from your mistakes, and really open yourself up for better possibilities. But before that, you need to heal. And there's something I'd like to offer you from my book for free. Healing is really important. If the underlying issue is not addressed, the wound will never heal and will end up dating the wound. Self-awareness is really important in letting go, and we have a choice. Making excuses will not change him, so it's best to confront the fear of rejection for good. To heal better, here is something that you should remember. A simple princess. Firstly, stop lying to yourself and face the truth. He is married and he's never going to come back to you. Secondly, get to the root of your rejection. Why is it that you're facing all these problems? Last but not least, there is a God who loves you and cares for you. He will put you at the right time and right place for the right man. But in the meantime, you really just have to take care of yourself and trust one day everything will work out. But stay true to yourself and remember, A princess should be loved and not manipulated for sex or anything else. So take care, God bless, and we'll see you again.